Hi everybody! Today we're going to be making one of my family's favorite desserts, fried apple pies. But some people might call them apple turnovers. Here's what you're going to need. Apple pie filling, nutmeg, apple pie spice, some all-purpose flour, some canned biscuits, make sure they're butter tasting, not buttermilk, but butter tasting, cooking oil, and some cinnamon sugar. The tools you're going to need are a bowl, a biscuit cutter or a knife, and we're going to need to sift the flour, so you need a sifter or a strainer, a rolling pin, an electric skillet, and a fork. In my family, this recipe requires parental supervision, not available in stores. Let's get started. These apples look kind of thick, so the first thing we're going to do is chop them up with our biscuit cutter or a knife. This will take a little bit of time. And if you're happy and you know it, chop your fruit. I like to add spices to my apple pie filling. I use nutmeg and apple pie spice. With the nutmeg, you only want to do a sprinkle or two. Start with a little and taste as you go. I use even more apple pie spice than I do nutmeg. Now just stir it up and taste it. I think it could be a little sweeter. Let's add some sugar. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar to sweeten this up. Make sure you start with a clean and dry workspace. We're going to start by sifting the flour over the entire workspace because this is where I'll roll out the biscuits. We sift the flour so we don't get big lumps stuck to our fried apple pies. Ooh, there it went. Now it's time to roll out the biscuits. Remember to add a little bit of flour around your rolling pin so the biscuits don't stick to the flour. It might help to just add a little flour on top of the biscuit. Roll out your biscuits really thin. The thinner the better. I think that looks pretty good. Get as much flour off the biscuits as you can because the flour will burn in the pan. Make sure you have no holes in your biscuit dough. Now we're going to add the apple pie filling that we made. Add a couple of spoonfuls a little bit off center of the biscuit dough, but not too close to the edges. Wet the edges with your fingers so the dough will stick together. Now we're going to fold it over and make it into a pocket. Now we're going to fold up the edges of the biscuit. Now to help seal it, we're going to press down the edges with a fork. This will also make the edges a little bit prettier. Shoo! 1 down, 9 to go. The family's circling like vultures. I better hurry. Pour the oil in the skillet till it's about a 1/2 inch deep. Now we're going to heat it up to 400 degrees. While I finish making the pies, my mom's going to help me fry them up. After about 30 or 45 seconds, they should be ready to flip. It's golden and crispy and I really want to eat it now, but first let's add some cinnamon sugar on top. Just sprinkle it across the top. Now we'll finish frying these up a golden brown and they will be ready to serve. I told you it was a family favorite.